We're live. I see y'all clowning me in the chat, right? Talking about we late, I'm late, I'm fashionably late. Donnie talking about typical black folk. I had to wait for Smash Rockwell's live stream to go off so then I can go live, right? Because I need them people over there to listen to me to see how deceitful he was today. Plus, I had to clip up his video and I had to wait for all to get straightened out, right? So here I am. Now Smash probably gonna put his video on private, so I can't clip him up. But I got him already. Right. Here we are. Let's build the beat. Right. And we will be together in a second. I'm not gonna be long this live stream. Nights over Egypt, what?
Your eyes won't believe what your mind can conceive. Nights over Egypt. Hey, nights over Egypt. No, no, no. Nights over Egypt. Yeah, yeah, yeah. In September, and girls dance well to the music. Break it down now. Let me see you shake. Let me see you shake. That's right, baby.
Boundaries, nigga.
I'm here alone again. You know I do what it takes to hold you down, but I was lying to myself, stop to stress me out. Hey, I know you're trying to make us better. I know you're trying to make life better. Oh, this ain't gonna last forever, and I can't take it 'cause I miss you so much. You say you want me to have the world, and I believe it. You know I wanna give the world, baby, baby. But if that means you're not here with then me, I don't need it. I don't need it. Now I'm not ready to trade in all my candy bags, and I'm not saying you should rush and take that Bentley back, 'cause I'm grown so accustomed to.
Hook a brother up. Send me $5 or $10 for this information. Y'all been paying for lies for a long time. Why don't you hook a brother up for some truth?
Our lifestyle, but I'm trading all to have you around. I know you're trying to make it better. I know you're trying to make life better. Hey, this ain't gonna last forever, and I can't take it 'cause I miss you so much. You say you want me to have the world, I believe it. I believe it, baby. But if that means you're not here with me, then I don't need it.
Hit the cash app, Banu.
I know I never say it, but I do appreciate the things to do. I appreciate it. 'Cause the only thing that matters is I'd rather just be with you. You know I'd rather be with you. All I need is you, so you don't have to give me the world. You say you want me, I believe it. You wanna give the world to me. I don't need it if you're not here with me, baby. You say you want me, you say I don't need it. I don't need the world if you're not here with me. If you're not here, I don't need it. I don't need it. I don't need it. I don't need it. You say you want me to have the world, I believe it. I believe it, baby. I believe it, baby. But if that means that I'm here with me, then I don't need it. Oh, you say you wanna give me the world.
All right, all right. That was Wayne Hernandez, a little live band playing Nights Over Egypt, right? So I have the title Correcting Smash Rockwell's Lies and Misinformation, specifically pertaining to the live stream he done today, which he was all over the place, all over different time periods, trying to claim the Egyptians is black, making mistakes all over the place, fucking up terms and definition, you know what I mean? Just brainwashing his followers. Hey, you know one thing, let me tell you this. This is how bad it is. This is how bad it has fallen off in the so-called conscious community, for lack of a better word. When your co-host is Pan-African James, it's a sad day in black America. When you are a so-called person who can read the meta-netter and teach the meta-netter, and you know all about Egypt, so-called, and your right-hand man, who was always your co-host when you step away, who was always up under you, bobbing on knobs, is James, Pan-African James, we call him, of Pan-African Designs. It's a sad day in black America. Right? So as you see, I don't know if people read the description I put, besides this title I have, Correcting Smash Rockwell's Lies and Misinformation. In the description, I said I'm about to hit him with the left hook. Sometimes you don't see the left hook coming and you get hit with the left hook. Joe Frazier was the king of the left hook. The greatest left hooker of all time in the sport of boxing, which we call the sweet science. In the sweet science, I'm about to hit Smash with the left hook, like Joe Frazier. Check this out. I'm trying to build a beat. A couple people hit me up and said, hey, they're going to join the live and come in here and Smoking Joe, right? Smoking Joe. Now, it's going to be 2 minutes of comedy before I start right now. Well, we're going to get into some Smoking Joe, right? And this is how Chief X is about to do Smash Rockwell. Let me share my screen. We about to hit Smash Rockwell with the left hook. Show him how you do it, Joe, with the left hook. We having a left hook frenzy on Smash Rockwell.
Undefeated in 26 bouts, scoring 23 knockouts, the heavyweight champion of the world, Joe Frazier.
Watch the left. Watch the left hook. Yep. Yep. Down goes Smash. Down goes Smash.
That's the left hook, and that does it.
The left hook king. That's Chief X.
10 seconds left in this round.
Stay focused, Dominique. We hitting Smash with the left hook.
Frazier always in pursuit, and you saw that left hook. He's got Ramos in trouble on the rope. Again with the left. Ellis standing there. Oh!
Do it to him, Chief. The left hook king. Look here. We hitting Smash Rockwell with the left hook. What's up, Dominic Bright? Smash Rockwell went live today. If you didn't see the live stream, you may not understand this today. But we're going to talk about it, right? The title of his thing was "The Egyptians is Black," and he was going all into how they always went down to the South for another type of unification and all this old nonsense, right? Total psycho babble and nonsense, right? And I'm like, why is he just sitting there? And the people listening have no clue that he's just snowing their ass, blowing smoke up their ass. Like, I can see if somebody's wrong about something. It's okay if you're just naively wrong. You can be taught and corrected. But when you intentionally miseducate people, when you intentionally lie to people, you're going to draw my ire and hear from me. This is what Smash Rockwell was doing today. Show and prove, X. Let's go. All right. Let's just start off right here real quick. Let's hear what Smash Rockwell said. And then I'm gonna correct that and tell you the truth. Now, this is a blatant lie and a blatant attempt to miseducate black folk. Well, oops. Let me share my screen.
That Cushitic people in that area in that time period that they would reference to the Viceroy of Kush to handle that. Because the viceroy of Kush is always going to be a what? An ethnic Nubian.
Oh my God! Why would he lie like that? The viceroy of Kush is going to be an ethnic Nubian. Let's hear it again.
Going Kush to handle that. Because the viceroy of Kush is always going to be a what? An ethnic Nubian. For Kush to handle that. Because the viceroy of Kush is always going to be a what? An ethnic Nubian. For Kush to handle that. Because the viceroy of Kush is always going to be a what? An ethnic Nubian.
This is why I had to hit him with the left hook. Right? You heard his claim, and that's total misinformation, family. I'm sorry. Viceroys of Kush are Egyptians who ran down on Nubians, on Kushitics. Not Kushitics, excuse me. On Kushites, snatching up gold and banging on them. Right? Let's just get a basic understanding. Okay? Let's just get some basic information. We're going to put ChatGPT on their ass today. Right? Are viceroys of Kush Egyptians? Hell yeah, they are. They're not Nubian. Why would he say that? The term viceroy of Kush refers to an official who governed the region of Kush, which was located to the south of ancient Egypt and what is now Sudan. During various periods of ancient Egyptian history, especially during the New Kingdom, Egypt exerted influence over Kush and sometimes directly controlled it. In these instances, the viceroy of Kush would have been an Egyptian official. What is the viceroy of Kush? The viceroy of Kush would have been an Egyptian official. What is the viceroy of Kush? The viceroy of Kush would have been an Egyptian official. God damn. Why would you do that, Smash? Let's hear Smash what he said.
Doing more to handle that. Because the viceroy of Kush is always going to be a what? An ethnic Nubian.
Fucking lie. Goddamn lie. The viceroy of Kush would have been an Egyptian official appointed to oversee the region on behalf of the pharaoh. Oversee what region? The Kushites? Oh, down in Sudan where they were setting up fortresses and running down on them, taking gold? Look, so while the viceroy of Kush would be an Egyptian in the sense that they were appointed and represented by the Egyptian pharaoh, the region of Kush itself was culturally and ethnically distinct from Egypt. Kushites were culturally and ethnically distinct from Egypt. They weren't the same people. Kushites were foreigners, not the same people. Kushites were their enemies down south. Smash didn't tell you none of that. The Kushites had their own distinct culture and identity, even though there were periods of close interaction overlap between Egypt and Kush. Let's keep going on. Let's just say, were Kushites the viceroys of Kush? Hell nah, they weren't. Kushites were not typically viceroys of Kush. Instead, they were usually local rulers of the region. The title viceroy of Kush generally refers to who? Egyptian official, who was appointed by the pharaoh to govern the region. What region? Region of Kush, on behalf of Egypt, particularly during times when Egypt had political control and influence over Kush. Why did Smash lie to y'all? Why did he want y'all to think the viceroys of Kush were Nubians running shit? No, when he talked about all down in the south today, and talking about these reunification, he was talking about Egyptians running down on them after they unified and trying to unify and stretch out their territory to get that motherfucking gold. Okay? Now, Cushites took some control when? During the 25th dynasty. Not before, ever. Let's continue. Was Cush a tributary state? Hold on, y'all. Hold on, y'all. Let me pull up something real quick because I didn't. We're not going to be here long. We are not going to be here long. Hold on. I love to show this definition because it just pisses people off. Oh, it just pisses them off. The truth hurts. The truth hurts bad. Okay, here we go. Was Cush a tributary state? Some of y'all are like, what is a tributary state? Yes, it was. Cush was sometimes a tributary state to Egypt, particularly during periods when Egypt exerted strong political or military influence, running that military down on their ass. They were not the same. The relationship between Egypt and Cush varied over time, influenced by the changing dynamics of power in the region. Periods of tribute, Middle Kingdom, New Kingdom. During these periods, Egypt often established control over Cush and required it to pay what? Tribute. Egyptian pharaohs would send officials to govern. What kind of officials? Viceroys of Cush, they called them, who were Egyptians. Officials to govern or oversee the region. Cushites needed their shit to be overseen because the power state Egypt was running down on their ass, and Cushites would pay tribute in the form of goods, resources. This tribute system was part of Egypt's broader strategy, to assert dominance and secure what? The southern borders. And to secure what? The southern borders. Now, what is a tributary state? Since we just proved Cush is a tributary state, let them know, Chief. Talking about the viceroys of Cush were Nubian. Cut it out, man. Cut it out. I'm not going to let you deceive my people. Let me show you what a tributary state is. A tributary state is a pre-modern state. Cushites, ancient Egypt, was a pre-modern state, right? In particular type of subordinate relationship to a what? A more powerful state. Who was a subordinate? Cush. Who was the more powerful state? Egyptians. Which involved sending of regular tokens of submission or tribute to who? The superior power. Who was the superior power? Ancient Egypt. What were they sending? And what was these tokens? And what was the tribute they were paying? This token often took the form of substantial transfer of wealth. Run us that gold. Such as the delivery of gold, produce, or slaves. So that tribute might best be seen as the payment for protection money. So we won't fuck you up. Run that motherfucking gold and we'll give you a pass. And show the primary evidence, Chief, of them paying tribute and running gold and bowing down. Well, here we go right here. They bring in slaves. Slaves are bound with ropes on their neck. They bringing them gold and trinkets. They're on their knees bowing down and buck dancing. Produce, gold, and anything else. Here they are. I've showed this a million times. I don't see why y'all still playing. These are the slaves on the ship on the left. Okay? I don't know how many times I got to show you. And who are these pitch black people bowing down to? Let's just see. They bowing down to King Tut. Right here. Why are they bowing down to King Tut? Because they were a tributary state. They were subordinate people to ancient Egypt. Show and prove more. Well, let's just go take a look at this. King Tut sandals. That King Tut I showed you. Here go his sandals where he's stepping on his enemies. The Nubian or Cushite on the right and the Asiatic on the left. He had no respect for them. Let's be real. Okay. Now, you guys know what a tributary state is now? Okay? We're clear? Are we clear? Okay. Now, let's continue on. So they're telling you what? While Cush was indeed a tributary state. Let me make sure you guys see that. We don't want nobody crying you know what I mean? Right here. While Cush was indeed a tributary state to Egypt, right? They're letting you know. They were subordinate. Subordination. The vassal state is under the authority or control of a more dominant power. While it may retain some degree of eternal autonomy, it must acknowledge that the supremacy of the controlling state. Who's the controlling state? Ancient Egypt over Cushites. Okay? Now, real quick. Oh no, I answered it. I answered in here. Here we go. Let's continue on. Was Cush a vassal state? The question is. Because a tributary state and a vassal state is very similar. Yes, Cush was often a vassal state of Egypt, particularly during certain periods of ancient Egyptian history. The nature and relationship between Egypt and Cush varied over times, and it just gives you the times where they were a vassal state. Look right here. Cushite rulers were generally considered subordinate to the Egyptian pharaoh, right? That's why the Egyptian pharaoh named a viceroy of Cush an Egyptian, and the pharaoh sent the viceroy of Cush down into Cush to handle Cush's business, to make sure the Cushites was doing what the fuck the Egyptians wanted them to do, which was run them gold and luxury goods. He was to oversee the region. They were a vassal state who paid tribute. Let's continue on. In summary, Cush was a vassal state to Egypt during several historical periods characterized by paying tribute and acknowledging Egypt's dominance. Nobody was running to the south for a goddamn thing except to get the gold. Wretched Cush. Uh-oh. Wretched Cush. Wretched Cush. Boundaries. Well, since y'all claim they was all homies and shit, right? Let's go see and talk about it. Wretched Cush meaning. The phrase wretched Cush can be interpreted in different ways depending on the historical or literary context in which it appears. Generally, it reflects a negative or derogatory sentiment towards Cush. And this is why King Tut had Cushites on the bottom of his sandals stepping on them. Let's be honest for a second. Historical context. In ancient Egypt, texts, especially during periods of conflict and political tension. They wasn't unifying to be the homie like Smash is portrayed all night, all day long. This is the crux of what Smash was trying to tell y'all today. It's the exact opposite of what Smash was talking about, right? Egypt, sometimes referred to Cush in derogatory terms, wretched, could be used to express disdain or condensation towards Cush, reflecting the hierarchical and often antagonistic nature of the relationship between the two regions. Literary or political usage in context such as literature or political rhetoric, wretched Cush might be used to convey critical, disparaging view of the region. It could imply that Cush is in a poor state or suffering under adverse conditions. They were behind, whether due to conflict, mismanagement, or other issues. They didn't have their shit together like Egypt did. Till way later. In both cases, the term wretched indicates a lack of respect or a negative judgment. Okay? Let's be clear. Now, he claims that the Egyptians is black and all this old yin yang and this and this and that. Right. So, why don't no black folks speak Coptic? Why don't you see black folk, Negroids, in the Coptic church, speaking the closest thing to the original language of the ancient Egyptians? Because the ancient Egyptians wasn't black. Einstein. Okay? Are Copts genetically related to the ancient Egyptians? Well, let's see. Yes! Copts are generally considered to be genetically related to the ancient Egyptians, though there have been significant and historical cultural changes over millennia. Genetic continuity. It's no genetic continuity with Cushites or anyone in sub-Saharan Africa. Just today's Coptic church and today's Copts or Coptics are genetically related to the ancient Egyptians. The modern day Egyptians you see right now are the ancient Egyptians. Genetic evidence, modern genetic studies have shown that Coptic Egyptians who are predominantly Christian and live in Egypt share significant, not a little, not a tiny bit, but significant amount of genetic heritage with the ancient Egyptians. Eat shit and die. This genetic continuity is reflective of the relatively stable population in the region over thousands of years. What, Chief? Stable population in the region over thousands of years. They never dispersed. They never went nowhere. The Coptics are the closest thing to them. Historical changes over the centuries, Egypt experienced a range of influences and invasions, including those by Greeks, Romans, Arabs, and Turks. While these historical events led to cultural genetic diversity, the core population remained in the region, contributing to continuity in the genetic makeup of modern Egyptians, including Copts. Well, Chief X, if Copts are genetically close to the ancient Egyptians significantly, as I showed, and has continuity, let's see what these people who are related and have continuity and speak the same closest thing to the language looks like. Okay. Oops. Here goes a Coptic man. I forget this leader's name. He don't look black to me at all. Let's see what these Coptics look like. Let's show and prove. Uh-oh. The Coptic church and Copts. They don't look black to me. Why you don't see no Negroids or blacks amongst them? Because the ancient Egyptians who have cultural continuity to the Copts were not black folk. I'm sorry, y'all. You're going to have to get over it. Chief X is your master teacher today. Let's show some more Coptics. Here goes some more Coptics in the Coptic church who speak the closest thing to the original language of the Egyptians. No Negroids do. No Negroids speak Coptic because Negroids weren't the ancient Egyptians. Black folk weren't the ancient Egyptians. These are descendants of the ancient Egyptians. Get over it. These are basically direct descendants of ancient Egypt. And no, they haven't changed because of any invasions at all. Let's just go and show some more cops so we can be clear. You haven't seen a Negroid amongst them at all. You don't see a Negroid child, a black child. These are children, Coptic children of the Coptic church. I'm sorry, black folk. You got to stop listening to Smash Rockwell and Pan-African James. If Pan-African James is your co-host, niggas in real trouble. Big time trouble. Right? Now, well, why do you say they haven't changed? All them invasions in Chief, Chief X, people was invading and doing all kind of stuff and nope. Use a fucking lie. Egyptians relatively stayed to themselves. And let's hear it from the expert's mouth. We're not listening to Smash Rockwell, a rapper from Oakland. With all due respect, motherfucker was cold. He's still cold-blooded rapping. But we are not listening to Smash Rockwell tell us anything about ancient Egypt. My homies who agree with me, you guys, it's okay for y'all to type in the goddamn chat. You was typing all up in Smash Rockwell's chat. Let's see what the expert says about did Egypt change because of invasions. Let's listen.
Fourth dynasty of Egypt that built a pyramid. The idea that the ancient Egyptian population has completely disappeared from the modern bloodlines of Egypt is just nonsense. I mean, built a pyramid. The idea that the ancient Egyptian population has completely disappeared from the modern bloodlines of Egypt is just nonsense.
Hey, shock value, you're late. I understand. Cool. Rewind this for the beginning. Screw the chat. You missed a lot of jewels. Just rewind. If a person is actually interested in the topic, they're going to rewind this stuff to the beginning. Rewind it. Just hit that red dot and rewind it all the way back. You'll catch up on your own. But thanks for your participation.
A pyramid. The idea that the ancient Egyptian population has completely disappeared from the modern bloodlines of Egypt is just nonsense.
It's nonsense and ludicrous. Black Americans, Smash Rockwell, Brother Reggie, and all these people need to stop being disrespectful and lying on the ancient Egyptians. The ancient Egyptians never, ever, ever, ever wrote or carved in a wall and told anybody that they disappeared or dispersed somewhere or was killed off. Black Americans made up all that bullshit and lies. Smash Rockwell is lying to you gullible idiots. All the elders have been lying to you gullible cult members. They never disappeared. They are right there right now.
I've seen pyramid. The idea that the ancient Egyptian population has completely disappeared from the modern bloodlines of Egypt is just nonsense. I've seen these people that look like old kingdom statues and things like that, and so the idea in Egypt today and said, oh my God, that person looks like Ramses II. Oh my God, that person looks like King so and so from the fourth dynasty of Egypt that built a pyramid.
You niggas have never been out of Harlem. Ain't never been out of Atlanta. All up in the Bronx talking shit on your porch and in your fucking garage. You've never been to Africa.
The idea that like the ancient Egyptian population has completely disappeared from the modern bloodlines of Egypt is just nonsense. I mean, I've seen these people.
Total nonsense. Who sent you and told you niggas that? All right. Where are we at now? This is the next claim I'm going to get on him about. And we're going to hit him with the left hook. Right? Are modern Egyptians genetically related to the ancient Egyptians? Yes! Modern day Egyptians are generally considered to be genetically related to the ancient Egyptians, although the genetic landscape has been influenced by a variety of historical events and migrations over millennium. Genetic research has shown that modern Egyptians share a significant amount of the genetic heritage with the ancient Egyptians. Nubians don't, Cushites don't, Sub-Saharan Africans don't, you black Americans don't, Coptics do, them people there right now do. Studies using ancient Egyptian DNA from Egyptian mummies and modern genetic samples indicate a high level of continuity in the genetic makeup of populations in the region. I'm sorry, y'all. Here we go. The people who did go there, migrate there, or invade, and they didn't really, invasions introduced new genetic food, but they did, what did it say? But they did not entirely replace the existing population. The existing population is still there right now. Them not Arabs there. Egypt is only 17% Arab. Them are Egyptians, North Africans. They're not Arabs. They've never been replaced. Okay. The conclusion of that, in summary, the modern Egyptians are indeed genetically related to the ancient Egyptians. That's the conclusion. Right? Now, another false claim that Smash Rockwell made today, and these 2 points I'm talking about is the crux of everything he spewed. Right? So let's go to this wild ass claim he made today.
Since day one, debunked this about Oxford Encyclopedia. You're gonna debunk this whole video. Debunk this about the skin of Mentuhotep, which I've been telling y'all. Video. Debunk this about the skin of Mentuhotep.
He literally thinks, how does a person who's supposed to be well read on ancient Egypt think that this is Mentuhotep's skin color? Like, who is still teaching this nonsense? And on top of that, Smash called Mentuhotep II, he's of Nubian origin, Smash said. This is ludicrous. This is ludicrous. Let's hear it out the horse's mouth.
Which I've been telling you. Video. Debunk this about the skin of Mentuhotep, which I've been telling y'all. Debunk this about the skin of Mentuhotep.
Oh, I'm gonna debunk it. Don't fret. Don't worry.
Which I've been telling y'all since day one had to do with his Nubian ancestry. We've been telling y'all since day one had to do with his Nubian ancestry. Which I've been telling y'all since day one had to do with his Nubian ancestry. We go into the Oxford Encyclopedia Ancient Egypt. Hold on. I don't know if that source is right because this might be, well, it gotta be right. Oxford Encyclopedia since day one had to do with his Nubian ancestry. I've been telling y'all since day one had to do with his Nubian ancestry. Ancient Egypt. Whole video. Debunk this about the skin of Mentuhotep, which I've been telling y'all since day one had to do with his Nubian ancestry.
Now Mentuhotep Because he has this black skin that represents death right here, he doesn't want to show his real representation. So I'll show his real representation, not just him in death right here. So because of this, he trying to relate it to Mentuhotep being Nubian. That's a fucking sin. Let me tell you, if he was Nubian or of Nubian origin, would he run down on Nubians? Would he run down on Kushites? Would he send military expeditions down to Kush to bang on them niggas and take their gold? He wouldn't do that. Mentuhotep was an Egyptian. Let's go. Let's just do it right here. We talking about. Uh-oh. My shit freezing on me. Hold on. Uh-oh, come on. Unfreeze, unfreeze. Come on, work for me, baby. Bear with a pimp for a minute. Bear with pimping. Okay. I think we popped in. So if you missed it, we broke down the viceroys of Kush are Egyptians. They're not Nubians, like Smash said, first of all. Okay. So Mentuhotep. Uh-oh. Let me make it a little smaller. What does it say? It was after this that Mentuhotep. God damn, my shit's still freezing on me. I got so many damn screens on. That's what the problem is. It was after this that Mentuhotep began to unite Egypt, right? Now, a lot of these pharaohs, when Egypt was unified and going through issues, after that, they ran down south, as Smash keeps talking, to bang on Nubians. A number of scattered references indicate a triumph of Pharaoh next pursued ambitions, look, land grab of surrounding areas. Damn, says page unresponsive. Let me click wait because I do want to wait. Okay. Land grab of surrounding areas, right? You're not land grabbing on your own people. What? One of Mentuhotep's first move was to take back the kingdom of Nubia, which had reverted back to native rule. They got a little reprieve and started running their own shit. So Mentuhotep said, fuck that shit. Let's get back to some land grabbing, right? God damn, this thing is freezing again. They ruled during the last phase of the Old Kingdom. Old etchings belong to his reign, tell of his campaigns in Wawat, Lower Nubia, and establishment of garrison troops at the fortresses of Elephantine. It was from this base that what? His armies, come on. His armies were sent southwards to skirmish with the Nubians, who would eventually be delivered back to the Theban domains. What did they do? Why is all this shit up here? Okay, if y'all can read this, bear with me. They were having skirmishes with the Nubians. Land grabbing and skirmishing. See, me and Smash is having a intellectual skirmish right now. So you're saying that Mentuhotep, the Egyptian, was running down on his own people and skirmishing with them and snatching up their shit? You mean he didn't have them join forces with him? You telling a fib, Smash. You telling a tale, Smash. And I'm not going to let you do it. Let's continue on. Hot diggity dog. Okay, so let's just go ahead and move that one because my screens is freezing. I got too much shit up. Right? So, show and prove some more, Chief. Here go Mentu Hotep. Right? But they don't want to show you the real image of Mentu Hotep right here. As he's living. That is not his skin color. That is a representation of regeneration in death, fertility, and shit like that. We'll show and prove. This is his real image. Right? What was he doing to Nubians? Well, let's go see. Let's go see. Let's go talk about it. Talk about what? Here we go, right here. His military activities outside of Egypt. Why outside of Egypt? Because he was inside of Egypt because he was an Egyptian. But when he wanted to bang on other people, what did he do? Mentuhotep launched military. When you send the military in, you think he was sending the military in to fuck up his own people? Since Smash said he was of Nubian origin. So you're saying, Smash, that Mentuhotep sent the military in to bang on his own people? You're a goddamn lie. Mentuhotep launched military campaigns under the command of his vizier Keti into where? South, into Nubia. When the niggas, when Egyptians was going down south, they was going down to run down on Nubians and snatch up gold and luxury goods, not to be kikiing with each other, which gained its independence during the first intermediate period, right? Troops could be rapidly deployed southwards. And they also was banging on Canaan. Are we clear? Are we clear? Let's go to some more proof. Uh-oh. Now, these are a model of 40 Nubian soldiers, each holding a bow and a bunch of arrows, right? They're talking about their campaigns into Nubia. And who led campaigns into Nubia? Banging on Nubians? As you see here, Mentuhotep. Let's blow this up so we can all be clear. Uh-oh, uh-oh. Okay, here we go. Okay, campaigns into Nubia. Military campaigns into Nubia to what? Fuck them up and take control of their shit. He wasn't a Nubian, he was an Egyptian. And the only reason they was going south is not for no unification type of shit. They was unifying with each other to run down on Nubians, right? In the 39th year of his reign, when the country was well under his control, Mentuhotep continued his military campaigns into Nubia. Smash, you gotta stop, bro. You guys have to stop listening to Smash and you listen to Chief X. I'm your master teacher today. Right? Wasn't no fun in games. One such expedition was led by Chancellor Ketty, illustrating the importance of Menhotep II, who placed on reopening Egypt's access to Nubia and beyond. They was expanding their borders, taking over them catch territories, and banging on them. Okay, Mentuhotep succeeded in his father Mentuhotep to the throne. It is believed that following his father's, there's some more I want to read down here. Hold on. Hold on. Okay. So my point, I basically made my point, right? Okay, here we go, right here. He dispatched military forays from Thebes into the Sinai region to the northeast and to Nubia in the south. You see it. You see it. They were not the same. Then they got the arrows showing they were running down on Nubia and Canaan. Right? It's clearly pointing it out. He dispatched military forays from Thebes into the Sinai region to the northeast and to Nubia to the south. Oh, by the way, the Sinai Peninsula is Egypt. And the Sinai Peninsula is in West Asia. 6% of Egypt is in West Asia, if you didn't know. Canaan was a colony of Egypt in ancient times. Okay? So it was never no kumbaya shit with Nubia. If it was kumbaya, it was a trick to get them luxury goods and gold. Yeah, you niggas got tricked. Now, I've made my point there. Let's move on. Right? Now, we're going to end it with this because I don't want to be here all day. But I've been cleaned up, y'all, on this shit. I cleaned up Jabari, a seated state, and I cleaned up Smash Rockwell on this issue of Mentuhotep. And we're going to do it one more time, and we're going to get out of here. It's a photo of Mentuhotep. Okay. Right here is a picture Afrocentrics only use for Mentuhotep 2. I said to Jabari today, stop cherry picking. Stop fooling black folk. So I said to Jabari, I'm going to say it to Smash Rockwell. Stop cherry picking pictures. Stop fooling black folk. Let's go. I said to Jabari today, stop cherry picking. Stop fooling black folk. Stop miseducating black folk on purpose. That's what Jabari is doing. Miseducating you guys on purpose because he has no respect for you. He think you guys are stupid and dumb. Smash Rockwell has no respect for y'all. He think you guys are stupid and dumb. That's why he told you any old thing today. And he thinks he can just pull the wool over your eyes. I'm not going to let that happen. I respect my people. I would never miseducate my people. So let me debunk Jari. This is Mentuhotep 2. In death, black has a meaning in ancient Egypt, and we're going to break that down and go over it. This is not, let me repeat, this is not a representation of his skin color. This is a representation of him in death, in the netherworld. Listen to Chief X. In the netherworld. Listen to Chief X in his wording. Okay? But Afrocentrics will all you show, oh, they're black people meant to. Hotep 2 was black. Fucking liars. Deceitful devils. You are of your father, the devil, who was the father of lies, they say in the good book, right? So check this out. I said, Jabari, why do you show that picture of him in death in front and miseducate black folk? Why won't you show the more pale picture of Mentu Hotep? In life, the depiction, an image of him when he was living, not in death. Let's go. So, that's Mentu Hotep. Now, here's another image of Mentu Hotep. Why isn't this one pitch black? Why? Why do they depict him in different colors? Because colors represent something in ancient Egypt. Teach the people correctly, Jabari, and stop your bullshit. Okay? Now, this is the paler picture I said I can show. Send me $100 to my Cash App, Jabari. You said I couldn't do it. This is a relief of Mentu Hotep II from his mortuary temple in Deir el Bahari. He's not pitch black there. Why? Let's go. Colors in ancient Egypt mean something. Let me show you what the color black means. Black is not a true color. They're talking about ancient Egypt and colors in Egypt. But the absence of light and is associated with what? Death. It's associated with what? Death. It's associated with what? Death. What else? The necropolis. What else? The necropolis. What else? The necropolis. What is necropolis? The dead city. And the mummy Osiris as the ruler of what? The netherworld was called the black one. Ruler of what? Oops. The netherworld. Black was the color of mortuary gods. Anubis is in black, right? Then jackals is in black, black coats, right? Now, I'm telling you, the netherworld. What's the netherworld, Chief X? Okay. Hey, Einstein, the underworld of the dead. Hey, Einstein, the netherworld, the underworld of the dead. Hell. Can you ignorant nigga see and read? Can you cult fucking members read? Okay, let's move on. A seated statue of King Menhotep II. Can you see? Of who? Menhotep II. Of who? Menhotep II. Okay. What is that seated statue? Right here. Okay. Now, I had something highlighted here.
We're almost done, y'all.
Where was it? Where was it? Where was it? Okay, here we go. This, let me blow this up so we can all see. They're teaching you. This is ARCE. ARCE, American Research Center in Egypt. You niggas are always crying about sources and shit. Acting like nobody shows sources. Shut your mouth. Here we go. The skin of the statue is painted black, as opposed to what? The usual dark red when depicting men in Egypt. A color symbolic of renewal, resurrection. Why do you need to resurrect? Because you're dead. And also the god Osiris, right? It has a meaning. And they're talking about Mentuhotep, so we're clear. Okay? Now, let's move forward. There go Mentuhotep. Am I lying? The temple of Mentuhotep. Okay? Now, this is Mentuhotep wearing the upper crown of ancient Egypt. He's not of Nubian origin, Smash Rockwell. Why did you lie today? A rare surviving relief from his Deir el Bahari temple. It is now in the Metropolitan Museum of Art in New York. Let's blow that up. How these niggas Reggie Jabari from New York, and they seen this in the Met Museum in New York, but they want to come back here and bullshit you niggas. This is right here in the Metropolitan Museum of Art in New York. An image of who? Mentuhotep. Why isn't he black? He is more pale, like I said. Ask Jabari, why doesn't he show this image of Mentuhotep? Why is he bullshitting y'all? Why do Chief X got to explain this and break this down for you? He is not black here. Let's carry on. Mentuhotep. Another image of him. What does this say? Colors in ancient Egypt. What do they fucking mean? An exception to this is the god Osiris, who is almost always shown with the green or black skin, symbolizing fertility, regeneration, and what? The underworld. Fertility, regeneration, and the underworld. You go to the underworld when you die. Osiris was what? Murdered. And then descended to rule over the land of the dead. All colors have a meaning, and that's what that color of black Mentuhotep means. It's him and his death. Let's move forward. This is a presentation about colors in ancient Egypt. Let me just get to it. We don't need to scroll through too much of this shit. It's not that fucking serious. This is easy work. Black. Can I highlight that? Or maybe just blow it up, since I can't highlight it. Black. Death. Night. Endurance. Black. Death. Night. Endurance. Stability. Black. Death. Black. Death. Can you see? Let's move on to some more. An exception to this, did I show this already? I think so. Now, we were just going to do this real brief, but I just wanted to show you that the colors in Egypt mean something. They're just not random. This is Mentuhotep. Right here. He is not pitch black, as in the image you see here. This is the image you see him in death, representing the netherworld. Okay? Same site, This is ARSE, which is American Research Center in Egypt. This is the depiction of Mentuhotep, not in death. He is not a black man. Jabari Osase mind gamed y'all. Jabari and Smash Rockwell put them together. Lied to y'all and miseducated y'all on purpose. Shameful. Treason. Stop the motherfucking cap, y'all. Case closed. Intellectual treason. They ought to be ashamed of themselves. So, this presentation, we're going to get out of here, was about two main points that Smash Rockwell tried to make, and I tore them both down and debunked them both. That's why he had the map and he was going all down in South. Hold on. Oops. That's why he had the map right here and he was going all down in the South and talking about from Thebes on down is them basically trying to blend with Cushites, and you know what I mean? They was all homies and all. This is basically what he was trying to say in a nutshell. And that this is the early formation of Egypt and all this old dumb bullshit. If they was going down south, as I showed you, they was going down there to snatch up gold and to bang on them. I showed you Mentuhotep running military campaigns all down in Nubia. I showed you that the viceroys of Kush are Egyptians, not Cushites. If you didn't see, rewind the video and get your education on. What you say, Stoic? Yep. Logic was being more logical than Smash. Family, who's your daddy? Let me tell you something. Y'all don't get this information from not one person in this community but me. I've watched for 4 years you guys Cash App, Smash Rockwell, Brother Reggie, Uncle Keck, Bobby Banger. Cash App all these niggas for them to tell you a bunch of lies. How do you feel about that? And ain't gave me a cent. Niggas have been talking about this subject I started for 4 years. People owe me all kinds of cash apps. I should be rich right now. I gave these clowns content for 4 years. At least every other day, they've been on this same topic just about 4 years straight. You owe me cash apps. You owe me some donations. All them cash apps, all them cats got, they should cut that shit in half and send me half that they got. Since I gave them content and something to talk about, something to debate about, and something to learn about. It ain't that hard to be righteous. You know what? Chief X is goddamn right. Let me send this cat $5. Let me send Chief X $10. It's okay. I've watched y'all pay for lies for 4 years. And I rarely do this. I don't be sitting there asking and begging for no cash app. You know, every now and then I throw my cash app up, and ask for something. Oh man, this is funny. Donnie Williams supports me. He buys products from me. That's the homie. All the time. All right, so I just wanted to break that down. I made this video. It's called "Correcting Smash Rockwell: His Lies and Misinformation He Had Today." These cats have committed intellectual treason, and someone needs to get a rope. Back in the Wild Wild West, you commit treason, ifset. What's that? As they say in Arabic, ifset. You committed shirk. You mislead the people. You stealing from the people. You robbing from the people. They'll hang your ass. Salute.